Hello, in this video we will discuss about the counter current mechanism. So the counter current mechanism occur in the loop of Henle of the nephron. So the nephron is the urinary unit of the excretory system of the human, which that's contain 1 million nephron are present in the one kidney. So this is the cortex, and that is the kidney, which that is contain cortex and medulla, which that's contain nephron, and this is the outer layer is known as the capsule. So this is the ureter used for the excretion of the urine. This is the constructed urine, remember. So this is the nephron. Let's begin to understand the nephron. See, this is the afferent arteriole and efferent arteriole, which afferent arteriole move toward the glomerulus, make a glomerulus, that is the basically the blood vessel, which that is surrounded by the Bowman capsule. And this is the proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and proximal distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct. So this is the afferent arteriole move toward the glomerulus, which that is the vasodilation will be occur, but the vasoconstriction will be occur in the efferent arteriole. And in this way, the increase the blood pressure into the glomerulus, which that is the hydrostatic pressure, will lead to create the filtrate into the proximal convoluted tubule. So this is the cortex, which that is contain a glomerulus and Bowman capsule, and this is the upper medulla, which that's contain a proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. But this is the medulla, basically contain upper medulla, and medulla contain a ascending and descending loop of Henle, thick and thin. Thick is ascending loop of Henle, while the thin is the descending loop of Henle, and this make a vasa recta, the blood vessel, the efferent arteriole. So here is you can understand the more solvent and water are entered into the afferent arteriole containing a more water, and that is vasodilation will be occur, but the vasoconstriction will occur in the efferent arteriole for more filtration. So the glomerular will fill more water, and hydrostatic pressure will create the filtrate into the proximal convoluted tubule. That filtrate can be a glucose, amino acid, sodium, potassium chloride, and urea. This is basically is filtrate, and this glucose amino acid is quickly reabsorbed into the proximal convoluted tubule into the efferent arteriole. But this is the vasoconstriction, which that is the more blood pressure and less water and less solute are present in the efferent arteriole for reabsorption of that content, which that is the filtrate. So remember, so this is the loop of Henle, which that is major water reabsorption, but also the sodium chloride and the potassium also reabsorb into the efferent arteriole. How it's possible? So the vasa recta, let's begin to understand. This is the counter current mechanism we will discuss. This is the thin and thick descending loop of Henle and ascending loop of Henle. This is the thin descending loop of Henle. Remember, this contains a isotonic fluid, which that contains urea, water, potassium, sodium chloride, which that contains 300 milliosmol per liter. That means the more osmotic pressure of water, because the 300 milliosmol per liter mean the increase the milliosmol per liter mean the decrease of the water. So remember, when increase the milliosmol per liter mean the 300 to 400 means the water is decreasing. But when the solute when increase, the milliosmol per liter will increase, while the water will increase, mean the milliosmol per liter will decrease. So how it's possible? Let's begin to understand the counter current mechanism, which that is the opposite direction. The blood flow will oppositely, and the basically is the nephron, which that is the proximal convoluted tubule move to the loop of Henle, which that is the opposite. This is the, for example, 200 milliosmol per liter, which that means the 300 milliosmol per liter means that contain higher amount of water. So when the higher amount of water means the move toward the 200 milliosmol per liter means the less increase the water content into the vasa recta, while the 400 millismol per liter will create due to the decreasing of the water will lead to continuously decrease 500 to 600, and in this way the vasa recta will increase more. So in this way you can understand as well. the opposite direction, it will increase. It means that when decrease of the water will lead to milliosmol per liter will be decrease. So in this way, let's here is the solute when increase, the milliosmol per liter will be increase, while the water when increase, it means the milliosmol per liter will decrease, and this milliosmol per liter is known as the MOSml. So this is the solvent more and solute will be less, and in this way the solvent will move toward the vasa recta, will increase, and in this way the milliosmol per liter when the solute will be decrease will lead to increase the milliosmol per liter. So that is why here you can see the solute when decreased due to the absorption of water from the descending loop of Henle will lead to decrease of the milliosmol per liter, because the water will increase will lead to milliosmol per liter will be decrease when water will increase, while the solute when increase, so the milliosmol per liter will be uh, uh, increase. So let's here is the ascending limb pump out the sodium potassium chloride and filtrate becomes a hypoosmotic. So what that means? Well, let's begin to understand first the concept of hypoosmotic. Hypoosmotic means that decreasing of too much water will lead to increase of the milliosmol per liter. But important things you should need to understand, this is the lower osmotic pressure than our surrounding fluid is known as the hyposmotic, and the total amount of solutes, both permeable and impermeable, in a solution is lower than that of another solution. So important thing you should need to understand what is osmosis. So the osmosis will be occur in this way. The ascending limb is the thick ascending loop of Henle, which that will not allow to water absorb into the vasa recta. So in this case, the osmosis will be occur of the sodium chloride through semi-permeable membrane through channel. The sodium chloride will be enter. After the entry of the sodium chloride, mean the solute will be increased in the vasa recta will lead to milliosmol per liter will be increased. So again this increasing. In this way you can understand this is the osmosis. In this way the pure water, for example this is the pure water, which that is the pure water osmotic pressure will be increased, will move toward the less pure water, the concentrated solution. So the semi-permeable membrane. So this is the osmotic condition in the one side, and the one side is the less. So in this way here is the solution, the semi-permeable membrane are present. So the water will move toward the higher concentration of solute due to the higher water potential, higher hydrostatic, pure in the pure water, the water potential will be more. So the hypoosmotic to stop osmosis through a pressure, and for understanding the hypoosmotic dilute solution will be occur. So the hypoosmotic dilute solution will be occur in the nephron. So in this way you can understand this is the 700 milliosmol per liter means the to move toward the 900 milliosmol per liter. It means the increasing the milliosmol per liter means the water when increase the milliosmol per liter will decrease, so the water will move toward the vasa recta where the milliosmol per liter will be increased, mean the concentration of solute will be increased. So when the concentration of solute will be increased in the ascending loop of Henle will not allow to water absorb into the vasa recta. So in this way the opposite direction of the vasa recta, which that is basically the sodium chloride, and the solute basically will enter into the vasa recta through semi-permeable membrane. In this way the concentration of the solute will increase in the vasa recta is the oppositely. In this way the solute will be increased, so the milliosmol per liter will increase, will lead to opposite direction as shown in the figure, you can understand. So that is the opposite direction, and the significance of this counter current mechanism in this way you can understand. This is the less osmotic pressure of water. So the significance of the counter current mechanism, which that is reabsorb water as well as sodium and potassium. So that is why this is the counter current mechanism. In this way, the first water will be enter, and then the solute will be enter due to the decreasing of the concentration of water in the loop of Henle. So let's begin to understand the concept of milliosmol per liter. So the milliosmol per liter can be shown with the milliosmol per liter or milliosmol per liter or milli equivalent per liter. So this term used for it, and in this way the osmotic pressure is proportional to the total number of particles in solution. So total number of particle will be if the number of particle will be increased, so the osmosis will be increased of the concentration. It means that if the water will more, so the water will move toward the left side. So the water is basically, so let's begin to understand for non-electrolytes. For example, dextrose, 1 millimole represents 1 milliosmol. And for electrolytes, the total number of particles in a solution depend on the degree of dissociation of the substance. For example, the sodium chloride, which that is dissociate into a two substance, sodium and chloride. It means the 2 degree. 1 millimole of sodium chloride represents a 2 milliosmol, while the 1 mole of calcium chloride, which that it represents 3 milliosmol per liter. In this way, milliosmol. So the calcium and 2 chloride ions. And in this way, that is why in the nephron and vasa recta contain a dissociated form of the sodium and chloride and potassium, not combined form. So that is why we are choose term. So the milliosmol per liter is equal to weight of substance gram per liter, and the molecular weight of the substance into number of species into 1000, we can calculate the milliosmol per liter. So the definition of the milliosmol per liter is the osmotic pressure equal to 1000th of the molecular weight of a substance divided by number of ions that the substance form in a liter of solution. So that's, I hope you make sense about the counter current mechanism. In this way, the counter current mechanism, the higher concentration of the water will move toward the lower concentration of the water in the vasa recta when the milliosmol when increase. So the water will move toward the increasing side. When the water decrease, so the milliosmol will be increased. So remember, so the water when increase, so the milliosmol per liter will be decreased. So this is the mechanism. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to